Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The House will come to order. In the absence of clergy, let us pause for a moment of silence. Visitors are invited to join the members in the Pledge of Allegiance. A quorum being present, the clerk will read the journal of Thursday, March 31st. Mr. Morelli.
Mr. Speaker, I move to dispense with the further reading of the journal of Thursday, March 31st, and that the same stand approved.
Without objection, so ordered. Mr. Morelli.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Before I try to describe our schedule for the day, such as it is, let me just note a couple of things that have happened in this day, April 1st, in history. For instance, in the 4th century BC, we began to identify April 1st as April Fool's Day. Actually, I'm just kidding. I have no idea when that started, but today is April Fool's Day, so I thought I'd mention that. I do note that 56 years ago today, the first meteorological satellite, TIROS-1, was successfully launched in Cape Canaveral, which changed forever weather forecasting and allowed us to have a much better way of doing 5-day forecasts, something I'm not sure we've mastered, but that's what my notes say, Mr. Speaker. And finally, this is sort of a budget-related fact. In 1778, on this day, Oliver Pollock, a New Orleans businessman, created the dollar sign symbol for money. And since that's sort of the theme of the day, I thought that was appropriate. So let me give a brief description of what we have in front of us. We will soon recess to party conferences. The Democratic Party conference will be at 12:30. And I'm going to ask Mr. Crouch to make an announcement in just a moment relative to Republican Party conference. Once those party conferences are concluded, we will go to a Ways and Means Committee and then a Rules Committee meeting. Once those two committee meetings have completed their work, we will have on the desks the entirety of the state budget, having gone through committees, and we will begin to take that up as soon as those committees are done. We'll obviously keep people posted as to that time, and I'd ask people for their continued indulgence and patience, which people have given in great measure here, and also to ask them to remain alert for those announcements as they come. So with that, if we could go to Mr. Crouch for the purposes of an announcement.
Mr. Crouch, for the purposes of an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There will be a Republican conference at 12 noon in hearing room C.
Republican conference, 12 noon.
And if you'd like to also acknowledge Ms. Schimmel so she may make a formal announcement about
Good morning, Ms. Schimmel. First, we're going to, how are you? Welcome. Tell us what we must do. On the other hand, make an announcement. Come on, 12:30. Majority conference, 12:30. That's 30 minutes after high noon. Mr. Morelli.
Yes, sir. I now move that the House stand at ease until the conclusion of party conferences and Ways and Means and Rules Committee meetings.
House will stand at ease.